Hello and welcome back to Precision Blash. I am out here today in the middle of Yorkshire carrying out some Vess scores for a local farmer. This local farmer has joined the Sustainable Farming Incentive this year, and as part and parcel of his declaration we need to carry out some soil structure assessments. So what do we class a Vess score as? So typically what we're going to do on this particular farm is we're going to take a spade, we're going to dig a spade's worth of soil out of the ground and have a look at the soil structure. And by the structure I'm looking at how friable the soil is, the size of the aggregates, how porous the soil is, whether there are any root structures within the soil sample that I'm taking, and counting also the amount of worms that we see within this particular sample. Whilst taking the soil sample, the way that I'm doing that today is I'm going to utilise the Omnia scouting app, and I'll show you how by screen sharing in just a second. But by utilising this application I can tap into the field that I'm walking, I can create an inspection, and I can carry out the soil Vess score by utilising some of the drop-down boxes that reside within that assessment. So once the app is launched, select the relevant field. This will highlight it green, and below you'll see a green plus. If we tap that green plus, it takes us through to the inspection. Tap on inspection and select soil assessment. In here we then need to input a title. It's worth noting that if we are inputting a Vess score as our title, just enter in the field name as well so that we can decipher which field is which when looking on the field diary. Once we've input the title, we need to start inputting the wording, and this can be taken from the PDF we use in the field to help get the correct wording for your declaration. In this instance I'm just inputting some very basic information just to give you an insight as to how it would look when you're inputting that information. The next part of the process is to take photographs of our soil assessment. To do so, you'll see Photo and Gallery. Tap on Photo and it'll access the camera. You'll see here that I've accessed the camera and taken a photograph, and it's asking me whether I want to utilise that particular image. Once I've utilised that image, it's just a case of repeating the process until you're happy that you've recorded sufficient images for your report. Having taken sufficient images, the next step is to drop a pin in the field to identify where the Vess score was taken. We do this by scrolling down to Map Features, tap on the pencil, and then Add Marker. Once we get the marker in the field, we drag that over the top of the GPS point, which is the blue dot. We then select a colour and click the tick in the bottom right hand corner. That gives us a GPS location of the sample that was taken, and then we can go on to enter our Vess scores and our worm counts for the rest of the Vess score. So finally, once we've finished inputting our Vess scores, at the top right hand side of your screen you should see the Create button with a tick box next to it. If you tick that, it brings you through to this screen which has recorded the Vess score, which has a seamless sync back into your Omnia hub, where you can pull a report using the reports functionality within Omnia and utilise this for your declaration. Not only do we have the ability to carry out Vess scores within the field, but we can also identify any weed areas. We can walk those areas and measure those areas for a measure of control, which you might have seen in one of my previous videos. But also it's a really useful tool for a field diary because we can actually log any in-field operation that we've done. Now if we've got any plans on Omnia, such as a nitrogen application, if we've got our fertiliser operation and costings within Omnia, we can assign that operation to the nitrogen plan that we've created, and also create a field diary entry as to when and where and which field we've actually applied that to. Another helpful tip, utilising the Omnia platform, when you go to our field diary tab, you'll be able to see an orange question mark at the top right hand side of the screen. Now if you click on that question mark, in there will be a PDF of understanding of Vess score. Now this harnesses all of the information that you will require to provide an in-depth Vess score of the soil samples that we're taking, but also it gives us all of the correct wording to be able to enter that correctly, so that it covers for our compliance, shall we say, or should I just say the declaration that we create each year for our clients. So on that note, I'm heading back to the car. We're going to go off to another appointment that we've got today, but I've carried out some Vess scores for this particular farmer, and that will help with his reporting for his declaration for SFI. If you've got any SFI requirements, or if you want to know anything about the Sustainable Farming Incentive or anything precision related, any soil analysis that you're looking to take this season, give me a quick shout. It'd be great to have a catch up. It'd be great to gain an insight to your own farming practices and to show you how we can help on farm. Thank you very much for watching.